Hey, entrepreneurs and marketers, Ben here again, and now we're going to be talking about paid versus organic integration. Now, I mentioned this in a previous training, and I want to go over it again. There's a lot of us versus them when it comes to paid and organic. If you're heavy into paid, you don't feel that organic is all that important. If you're heavy into organic, you don't feel that paid is all that important. And that couldn't be further from the truth. Okay, so if we step back and we look at our ecosystem, we have to understand that when we expose people to information, most of the people, let's say 80-20, the 80-20 rule, 80% of the people are not going to take the action that we would prefer that they take. So they're not going to opt into a lead magnet. They're not going to message us. They're not going to take the action that we're asking them to do. What usually is going to end up happening is they're going to look at your profile. They're going to research you. Then they're going to bounce. They're not going to respond. They're not going to take that action. So what ends up happening is typically the average person who's just doing organic, let's say, they're going to leave that person to hopefully respond to their message. Maybe they have a messaging team. They're going to go back and try to follow up with them. Hey, I saw you followed me. And you're going to try to do some sort of manual follow-up. The problem with that is it's obvious, right? It's manual. You can't automate it. You can't let someone look and see for themselves. Typically what's going to happen is they're going to go look at a link in your bio. And if you've got a link tree and they can look at a million different things, they're going to get lost and confused. And you've probably lost the opportunity to build some trust. Now, that doesn't mean that they're not going to follow you for a period of time. They probably will. They're going to follow your organic content. They're going to learn from you. They're going to research, what you're talking about, and that's completely normal. And there's nothing wrong with that, except that it draws out the conversion, right? What I would recommend that you do if you just are organic heavy is you'd focus on adding in a paid traffic component at the bare minimum, a middle of funnel retargeting campaign. Okay. So people that interact with your page, like, follow, comment, and these are people that we're going to run ads to only. So it's a small amount of ad spend. It's not going to cost you a lot of money. What should you run to? Top of funnel lead magnet, low ticket. Doesn't really matter, something to take that person inside of your ecosystem so that you can nurture them in other ways. And that really is the point here. Organic is a great way to build authority and long-term brand equity, so they're getting to know you over time. It's really important to go along with paid because paid delivers, that predictable, scalable traffic that you can get right away, but it's cold, right? It's cold traffic. They don't know you. They don't trust you. So they need more nurturing. So yes, if they come into your ecosystem, they're going to be nurtured with email and text and all of the other things that we showed you in the ecosystem, in the nurture portion of the ecosystem. But what we also need to do is we need to address organic. Organic should be the authority and trust builder, right? And I mentioned this, I think, in one of the previous videos. Think of organic similar to how you think of email nurture, right? You're telling your story and you're talking about things that are relevant to your target audience. The mistake that a lot of entrepreneurs make is that their organic doesn't mirror their offer. Their organic jumps around to all these different things. They put in politics, they put in things that are completely random, and it ends up losing your audience, okay? And that's what you don't want to do. At some point, you've got to make a decision. Am I a business owner that's trying to build with paid and organic traffic, or am I treating this like a hobby? And if you're treating it like a hobby, then your organic can be, your family stuff and funny memes. And again, I'm not saying you can't mix some of that fun stuff in, okay? I want you to be authentic. I want you to be who you are. But what I also want you to do is understand that the leads who are clicking on your ads or the people who are following you from your organic content, they're looking to see, is this the kind of person that I want to follow? Is this the kind of person that can help me get what I want? Remember, people don't care that much about you. They care more about what you're going to do for them. And so that's why that organic content needs to coincide, right? It needs to be symbiotic. That's where the symbiosis comes from. Paid will validate quickly, but organic nurtures deeply. And I truly believe that, okay? And together, they create the best of both worlds. And that's why you've got to use both of them. You've got to embrace them. And don't worry if you're doing well with paid ads, don't worry about your engagement on your organic. Don't get caught up in the vanity metrics of likes and follows and comments and all of that stuff, because I guarantee you, a majority of the people who see your ad, they're clicking on your profile and they're going to go look at that profile. So what that means is you need to make sure that that profile is primed. You need to make sure that people are able to access information about you quickly. I wouldn't recommend putting a link tree in your bio. And the reason is because it gives people too many things to go look at. I would focus on one core funnel, probably your best lead magnet. Pick one that has the best conversion and leads to the most sales. Or if it's a low ticket product, that's fine too. But I would recommend a lead magnet for top of funnel inside your bio at some point. Okay. And then let that be the nurturer and roll with it from there. Okay. So that is paid and organic integration. We'll see you in the next training.